Hey everyone, I'm MyTyme back again with another episode of NHL Supercard 2K17, and in today's episode there has been an update which we're going to come to in a moment. I have some season rewards to collect and I got a legendary reset. Okay, so I got my most recent legendary pull, and just to show you guys, it was... Yeah, I'm a little bit annoyed with this because I had a lot of this hassle in Epic tier for a while, just getting epic resets which were enhancements, and yeah, that upset me a bit. Just played the game a little bit less after that, but never mind. Let's move on from there. First of all, the training option has been, should we say, edited? Edited is a good word. Now they've done something good and something I'm not so keen on, but I'll show you anyway. So if we were to go to quick game, for example, and quick game's not a good example actually because I've trained all my cards up, but we'll come to any kind of card which requires some form of training, and we'll go to epic because I've got some down here. Okay, so you can train a card, and down the bottom you will see now that they have greyed out the options that aren't available, where in before this update they were all still the same kind of colour and you just click on it and nothing would happen. So they've now like greyed out what you can't do with a card. So you can train, you can enhance, and they've got the set as button. Now if you click on the set as, it allows you to set your card as MVP, or for quick train. This is a new option. The quick train option is new. Okay, so if you click this quick train option, and I will show you in a moment what would happen, this card is now set to be quick train when you play the game. So if you were to actually train the card up, when you click on train now, they have introduced the select all button. Now why they hadn't done this before, I don't know. They haven't got it in my NBA, but they have had this in WWE for a while, and why this wasn't introduced at the start of this game I have absolutely no idea. But in effect what you can do is you can go to all the cards, for example in common, in uncommon, whatever it would be, click select all, and then click train at the bottom, and then all those cards will be trained away, so it can save you a lot of time of scrolling through and picking each card individually. Now on the note of scrolling, we will come to uncommon here. They've improved the scrolling speed. If you look now, you can scroll down pretty quickly. Why this wasn't done at the very beginning, once again, only Cat Daddy in 2K games know. Seems completely ridiculous to me, but it has been fixed finally. So they are the positives. Now in my opinion, the slight negative is coming up, and we'll show you by playing the game. So if you play a game and it doesn't matter if we win or lose, we're just going to play the match, this is where the quick train option comes. So at the end of a game, it gives you the option to quick train your rewards into a specific card. Now win or lose is technically irrelevant here, it's just to show you the end screen when you come to your picks. Now while it might sound like a good thing, it is actually more time consuming and it takes longer. So when you go PCC and stuff, it is going to slow you down. Plus, once you have set a card to set as train, I actually do not know how you clear that card. So I'll show you what I mean in a moment. So we play this game and we're going to have some rewards at the end. Whether we win or we lose, it doesn't matter. You're going to have something to pick off the board. So at the bottom, you're going to see an image of the card you've got as set to train once you pick a reward. So we click here, boom, up comes our common card, and you can click this quick train button, and it shows you the card which you'll be training into at the moment. So you can click on keep, click on quick train. So if you click on quick train, card goes in, little animation, and you're back down to selecting. It's not quite as quick as before. If you've got a card which you want to keep, you can click on keep, or you can click on the middle of the card, but I seem to find it takes 2 clicks on the card to keep it rather than the previous like 1 click. Now up here, I'll show you the card which is trained. You can no longer click on that, can't see it, you've got rid of it, and obviously any card you've kept will appear as normal. So my question is, what if you don't want to have a card to quick train? What if you don't want that option to come up at all, or are we now stuck with it once you put the first card in? I'm going to try and find out now by clicking on my cards. I haven't done this yet. Clicking on a card which is already fully trained, as you can see here, the train option is greyed out. So we'll put Suban as the train card and we'll click set as quick train. Now I want to see what happens. I haven't done this by the way, so play full metal and find out. I want to see if it actually allows you to quick train option comes up, or if when your card is full it keeps it on the previous kind of mode of just selecting cards and going straight through the motions rather than having to select keep train, or double clicking on a card to get rid of it. So let's play through. Doesn't really matter if we win or lose again. We are going to win because you can kind of tell when you have a goalie match up first with this kind of lineup, you basically win. So it's always good to see the goalie matches out first. Get that done. Now let's see, we're going to click on a card. Okay, the option's still here. Right, there you go, that was interesting. Okay, so the card is 25 out of 25. It cannot be trained any further outside of a quick game, but if you wish to train it from your quick games or whatever these are called, click train and your card will go into that card and make absolutely no. There you go, both cards have been trained away. If I go out, come to my card catalogue, I know the answer here. Subban is still going to be 25 out of 25. None of his stats have changed, so it looks like at the moment we are stuck with that option. How do I feel about that? Not happy, not great. And as you can see, you can actually waste cards, but if you don't pay attention, if you don't realise you've hit the 25 out of 25 and you just go quick train, you know, cards are going to be stuck. Now, yes, you can still do it the old way. You can do as I'd recommend to pretty much everyone playing to make the most out of resources, going to combine and combining whatever cards you have duplicates of before training them away, and then obviously train them all the way the usual way by clicking on train cards, and kind of ignoring the whole quick train from the quick game, which is what I'm probably going to do. But some of you may like that. You may not want to let your card catalogue get full. You might like to just click on train, especially, and you might say, well, in Rivals Clash or PCC, whatever you want to call it, maybe it's a good thing. Maybe the fact you don't have to keep going back to your card catalogue to get rid of your cards will save you time. You know, the time when it's balanced out, the time it takes to make sure you go down and click on train rather than just click anywhere on the screen to get the next card out, might actually be offset by the time it takes you to select all the cards you want to train away. Now, I don't know, maybe it's not a really big deal. Maybe it's just me saying that I'd like the option to not be there if you didn't want it to, and obviously if you wanted it to be there, then it could. That's what I prefer to see. Now, if we click on season play, I'll show you the standings here. Now, we came through in 4th. We had quite a few losses. I wasn't really paying much attention in this season, so it was a bit touch and go to whether I was actually going to make it or not. If we go to playoff brackets, now you will see I did win the final 4-0. If we come back here, I lost the first 3 games in the playoffs, okay? So you will see here from not being energized, the only way that I got rewards from this is that I just managed to catch the end of game 3 and energize myself through game 4. And fortunately from then on, I was able to beat Dolphin Jesus, who's, you know, ended up coming 9th. And if you scroll through, it's, you know, Silver Star Pros and stuff. So well, sorry, not Silver Star Pros and Thingy Pros. So it's probably I assumed it was a person, okay? I could be wrong. I assumed it was a person only because there were some super rare pros in it, but I don't know. Could be wrong. In fact, we can have a look at the chat. Okay, we know Owen is a human. All right, let's come back into error. So there we go. So we got through. We got through that, and from then on, it was pretty okay, as you can see. So we got through there. We hit Liam, who actually finished first, and we won the first 2 games. And against Liam, it wasn't energized. Then Liam come back and energized, and he's taken 2 games. How? Don't know, but he has. I've then won this game where he isn't fully energized, as you can see here on all his cards, and this game when he's not energized. All I can imagine is that this game would have been very, very tight had he have been fully energized. Would he have nicked it? It depends. It depends on the lineup, but he clearly had a reasonably decent team, which is why he finished first. So he kind of got through that quarterfinals into the semi, And then against Owen, who we do know was a person in the semi-finals, I clearly just had, although he wasn't quite fully energised here, you can see after the first game when we look at the lineups, okay, he's got the goalie pro, which is good, but from then on, I've got a couple more, I wouldn't say pro, but you know, my legendary pros are always going to be a big help, the two I got, and having a legendary single in there. So my deck was probably fractionally better than Owen's. He finished above me. Sorry, I finished 8th, didn't I? Why did I say 4th? It's only because of all these games that's put me up to 4th. Yeah, sorry, I finished 8th. My bad, sorry. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. 4th? I did quite well, actually. I didn't think it was quite that high up, but fair enough. 8th I finished. And then I've obviously had to play harder people to get through. And then final against another human. And, well, it looks like he wasn't fully energised anywhere. So, quite lucky to get to the final. And lucky to win because it was basically gifted to me. But I almost missed out. I almost missed out on that. So, I've had a bit of good luck here. Now, what do I want? Pros, obviously. Pro goalies. Any kind of pros. I'm really looking for epic pros to try and make a deck for Road to the Stanley Cup. Yeah, that's what it's called here. Road to Stanley Cup. I'm missing out. The last event, I gave up on the epic card. No, sorry, the ultra rare card. I didn't even finish that. So I didn't bring a video of the rewards because, yeah, my team's not good enough to get the legendary cards, and they will struggle. Although Jeff Skinner would have been a pro, it would still been a bit of a struggle for me to get it. Let's hope I can get something here to help me for the next event of that type. Craig Anderson. You ask and you shall receive. You ask and you shall receive. That is a goalie, which is good. It's better than my single ultra rare or my super rare pro. If we can get a second of him. Ooh. Jeff Skinner. Well, I'm actually very happy now that I didn't put that extra grinder. I'm upset that I put some credits on to get double pick games to try and get him and then not bother to use them, so they were wasted. But I'm very happy now because if this reward had been afterwards and I just grinded to get him as a pro, I'd have been like, what the? So I'm really happy with those rewards. That's a pro left wing and a goalie. That is spot on. I am very tempted to just bang out another season straight away now because I don't think I'm going to be able to put in enough cards to push me into legendary tier just yet, not without getting another pro or two, but, and we'll go to my cards very quickly before signing out. As you can see, Jeff Skinner will be a pro, which will make a difference, and I do still have a bit of work to go on, who have I still got? Hornqvist, does it still need some work on him? I think so. No, Landeskog. Okay, so I've got some work on him still to pro him up. Oops, sorry. So got some work still to get him fully maxed out. A little bit on Kuznetsov, and yeah. So I don't think those changes will make enough to get me into legendary tier. Another pro to about here. Fully having a pro and changing him. I could be, I could be. Tell you what we're gonna do. We're gonna wait. We can get those cards trained up. We're going to then see if it can put us just into legendary tier and give that a whirl. Or maybe we'll just run it out again and one more epic, see if we can get another pro, see if we can improve the team a bit, because I think I'll get smashed in legendary tier in a moment. We'll find out. Anyway, I'll be back. That'll be in the next episode. You'll see what I went for. Also, hopefully the next event, which is very likely to be a Rivals Clash, which possibly, not going to make any promises, possibly I might be going for that top 100 again to get a pro. We'll see what the rewards are like, but I am very tempted. So anyway, thank you for watching me, guys. Let me know how you got on in the last event, and have you had any better luck for your pulls. I hate it when you're in the highest tier you can be in, so relevant to where you're at in the game, and you get enhancements or supports as your pulls. I don't mind getting it once you've been in it for a while, because yes, they can be helpful. But when you've only got a couple of cards in that tier, you just want more cards to progress. You don't want to be getting supports and enhancements. But we are where we are. Next video, we'll be back with that. I'm also going to show you guys the next video enhancements. We're going to go over that. Okay, we're going to go over enhancing cards, kind of my method behind it, which isn't necessarily the right way, but it will give you an idea of what you can do, and I will kind of show you how that helps you to build a team for not only events but also for exhibition, if you're trying to win as many exhibition games as possible to get more picks, to progress through the game quicker, because more picks equals more chances for resets, etc. Anyway, thank you for watching, guys. I've been MyTyme. I'll see you all very soon.